Echoes of conflict. The blue line erupts again. The blue line, a demarcation separating southern Lebanon from Israel, is rarely quiet. But in early October 2023, the relative calm shattered. Exchanges of rocket fire and airstrikes returned, echoing the region's turbulent past. The clashes, among the deadliest since 2006, have plunged Lebanon and Israel back into a familiar nightmare. Once again, the international community watches with bated breath, hoping to prevent a slide into full-blown war. A troubled history, Israel and Hezbollah. To grasp the gravity of the current situation, one must delve into the complex and often violent history of Israel and Hezbollah. Formed in the 1980s, Hezbollah, a Shiite militant group and political party, has long been a thorn in Israel's side. The group emerged during the Lebanese Civil War with the backing of Iran and quickly grew in strength and influence. The group's initial goal was to drive Israel out of Lebanon, a feat it achieved in 2000. However, tensions persist. Even after Israel's withdrawal, Hezbollah continued to grow, both militarily and politically, becoming a significant force in Lebanon. The 2006 war, a month-long conflict triggered by a Hezbollah cross-border raid, left over 1,000 dead on both sides. The war caused massive destruction in Lebanon and significant casualties in Israel, highlighting the severe consequences of their ongoing conflict. Since then, an uneasy ceasefire has held, punctuated by sporadic flare-ups. These flare-ups often result in casualties and further damage, keeping the region in a state of perpetual tension. The latest escalation is a stark reminder that the underlying issues remain unresolved. The deep-seated animosities and geopolitical complexities continue to fuel this protracted conflict, making peace a distant prospect. The Spark and the Firestorm, October 2023. The recent violence erupted after Hezbollah launched a barrage of rockets into Israel, reportedly in retaliation for Israeli airstrikes on Syria targeting Iranian-linked groups. Israel responded with force, targeting Hezbollah positions in Lebanon. This tit-for-tat exchange quickly escalated, leading to significant casualties and widespread fear on both sides of the border. Each side justifies its actions as self-defense, blaming the other for initiating the violence. The situation remains extremely volatile, with the potential for further escalation looming large. Section 4. Lebanon at the brink, a nation grappling with crisis. The renewed conflict comes at a particularly difficult time for Lebanon. Already reeling from a devastating economic crisis, the country can ill afford another war. The Lebanese people are struggling with hyperinflation, shortages of basic goods, and political instability. The conflict has only exacerbated these problems, further straining Lebanon's already fragile infrastructure and economy. Hospitals are overwhelmed, and many fear the conflict will push the country over the edge. Section 5. Voices from the rubble. Lebanese civilians bear the brunt. In the heart of Lebanon, amidst the ruins and shattered lives, the true cost of conflict is painfully evident. As always, it is the civilians who bear the brunt of the violence. Innocent lives are caught in the crossfire, their homes and hopes reduced to rubble. "We are trapped," says Fatima, a mother of 3 living in southern Lebanon. Her voice trembles with fear and uncertainty. "We don't know where to go or what to do. Every day is a struggle for survival, a desperate search for safety. We just want this nightmare to end." The longing for peace is a constant refrain among the displaced. Her story is echoed by countless others whose lives have been upended by the conflict. Each story is a testament to resilience and the human spirit. The fear is palpable, the uncertainty agonizing. Families live in constant dread, unsure of what the next day will bring. Many fear that this is just the beginning of a wider, more devastating war. The future remains uncertain, and the hope for peace seems distant. Section 6. A fragile peace. International diplomacy takes center stage. In a world increasingly interconnected, the stakes have never been higher. Amidst the devastation, international efforts are underway to broker a ceasefire and prevent further escalation. Diplomats from various nations are tirelessly working behind the scenes, navigating complex political landscapes to find common ground. World leaders are urging restraint and calling for dialogue. They emphasize the importance of open communication and mutual understanding to avoid further bloodshed. The United Nations is also playing a role, trying to facilitate communication and de-escalate tensions. Their peacekeeping forces are on the ground, providing a buffer between conflicting parties and offering humanitarian aid. However, the path to peace is fraught with obstacles. Barbed wire and checkpoints symbolize the deep divisions that still exist. Deep mistrust and conflicting interests make a lasting solution elusive. Political leaders are often seen in tense discussions, while divided crowds protest in the streets. The coming days and weeks will be critical in determining whether diplomacy can prevail or whether the region will once again be engulfed in flames. The world watches with bated breath, hoping for a breakthrough that could bring lasting peace.